Sports have the unique ability to build some of the most important life and character skills. Among the most crucial of those skills is grit, defined as the ability to persevere towards long-term goals in the face of adversity. Our goal at GritQ is to help young athletes identify how the valuable lessons learned on the field can help them succeed in the classroom. Meet DARBET. He's a high school senior who loves sports and who just loves competing. He plays on his school's varsity volleyball team and spends most of his weekends playing pickup basketball. According to DARBET's coach, he has a strong work ethic, is a consummate leader, and in no circumstance is ever ready to throw in the towel. But at the same time, DARBET struggles in the classroom. The grit and resilient mindset that he exudes on the court fails to surface in other aspects of his life. Now, DARBET is not alone. Research from Stanford shows that a majority of athletes often cannot articulate or define the skills that sports is helping them develop. Now, if you can't articulate it, then you can't connect it. And if you can't connect it, then you can't apply it. And there are over 20 million kids between the ages of 6 and 17 who participate in organized sports. But as we're all aware, a majority of them will not make it to the pros. It would be a tragedy if all of the lessons learned through sports were to go to waste for many of these young athletes. And so GritQ was born, an educational program that helps children like DARBET recognize, connect, and apply important life skills developed through sports to an academic setting. Trained GritQ coaches lead 60-minute modules that cover critical skills such as grit, perseverance, resilience, tenacity, and many more. Our GritQ coaches come from athletic backgrounds and have demonstrated the ability to bridge sports and education in their own lives. Now, each 60-minute module consists of 3 components that are framed around the fundamentals of sports. The first component is the warm-up. Here we facilitate roundtable dialogue with participants to help them recognize how sports is helping them build capacity for the skill. Next, it's practice. Using design simulations, we allow the students to develop strategies on how to connect the skill to action. Finally, it's game time. Here, we provide a safe and supportive environment for the participants to apply the lessons learned to solve some of their own real-life challenges. GritQ is truly unique. Our program speaks the language of sports that engages young athletes. It creates an explicit connection between sports and education. And it focuses on overcoming challenges as opposed to just simply setting goals. Here's a short clip of GritQ in action.
Composure when times get tough, because it's easy to get out of whack and not in tune in what you actually have to do and what you're trying to do, because you can get emotional and things will happen. But it's good to stay focused, and even though it might be hard to overcome things, you can always try your best, keep your mindset where it needs to be and not anywhere else.
1, 2, 3, resilience!
As you can see, GritQ has the ability to truly impact the lives of young athletes. And several organizations in the Northeast region have recognized this and are ready to roll. We're currently in the process of determining these launch details for this summer. Beat the Street and Metro Lacrosse, for example, are eager to incorporate GritQ. This is because we have mission alignment, easy integration into their existing programming, and an opportunity to differentiate their programs from their competitors. In order to measure the impact we're really having on them, we worked with researchers from the Duckworth Labs along with some of our end users to define assessment metrics. These metrics are a combination of short-term module-driven measures along with long-term academically driven measures, because that's the end goal. These measures provide stakeholders clear indication of students' progress during and post GritQ engagement. So what have we done so far? In just 4 months, we've accomplished a number of things. We put together a core and advisory team. We've gathered initial demand for our offering. We've built and successfully piloted our first module, and we've built a relationship with athletic departments to recruit our first set of GritQ coaches. More importantly, we've developed a sustainable revenue model for GritQ that will allow us to maximize our impact. Based on our pilot discussions and potential customers, we've developed an understanding of our cost structure. Combined with a validated willingness to pay, we aim for 20% margins on each delivered module. Moving forward, we have an action plan with clear milestones. The rest of this year, 2015, will be dedicated to validation. This challenge prize money will be a majority of our funding and is critical for us to build out the remaining modules, to validate our proof of concept, to refine our evaluation metrics through larger pilots, and to confirm our revenue model. Our goal for this year is to reach 250 students. With a proven model, we look to launch in 2016 and specifically target regional organizations. Key milestones include building out a sound marketing team and campaign and establishing a strong pipeline of GritQ coaches. We'll diversify our funding streams with the aim of breaking even in mid-2017 and be fully self-sustainable by 2018. At this point, we'll focus on scaling our impact. And we'll do this by focusing on securing national organizations, building out a robust set of corporate and operational partnerships, and developing a scalable training model for our GritQ coaches. Our target is to impact over 11,000 young athletes by 2019. So I truly believe that this team is positioned to put GritQ into action. Collectively, we have the power to build the bridge between sports and education. JP and I were former college athletes and understand the skills that athletics can develop. We have more than a decade of experience with educating adolescents, as well as building educational and athletic programs. With the help of Larry, who has more than 30 years of experience with childhood development, we'll build the modules that align with stages of adolescent development. JP and Ali have developed and scaled early-stage ventures in employment services and sports analytics sectors. Together, they bring strategic planning and operations training that really sets up our team to effectively scale. To complement this core team, we've also assembled an accomplished team of advisors who bring expertise that span education, athletics, marketing, and legal expertise. And finally, Cecilia, another core member, will lead business development to bring together this collective network that has and will continue to be critical for us in attaining customers and partnerships. So why GritQ? Why does it matter to me? I've dedicated more than 20 years of my life to swimming, and it gave me a unique set of skills that no other experience could provide. The grit, the resilience, the perseverance that developed from getting up for 5 a.m. practices, allowed me to overcome any challenge that came my way in every aspect of my life. GritQ is a channel that allows me to help others experience similar transformations. GritQ's impact extends beyond just the student. Our coaches will also walk away with concrete professional development, will be able to reinforce these important skills in themselves. Schools will benefit from having more engaged and well-rounded student athletes. And more broadly, GritQ will bridge the education and sports communities to push youth to become more educated and active citizens to create positive social change. Thank you.